It's freaking slow, man. It's not like old Aatrox. It just it's cope, bro. People saying this is old Aatrox is cope. Okay, before we get into the reaction, this is kind of clunky. I'm gonna format this a bit differently. I'm gonna summarize at the very start and answer the obvious question: is this champion old Aatrox? Is he like the polished version of old Aatrox? The answer is not really, but he's very close. So a few key things basically. So he has the revive like old Aatrox. He looks like he has an 80 steroid, like mini rework Aatrox in his passive, but he's missing the attack speed. He looks like he has 0 attack speed in his kit. He would be so close to Aatrox if he gets an attack speed steroid somewhere in his kit. Like just, yeah, based off his passive or something. Like, he'd be so close. He's missing a really long dash on his basic abilities, so he can't engage like old Aatrox. And the most important thing is he's missing the toggle W like old Aatrox. That was Aatrox basically, not the revive. It's his W. His whole kit was centered around his W. That was his main thing in his kit. So he's missing Blood Price and Bloodthirst. He obviously looks like he has the Bloodthirst part, but he doesn't have the Blood Price part where he turns into an assassin basically. So, I mean, they could probably like there's no toggle function in his kit. Lastly is his ult. Is basically like a combination of his old Aatrox Q and ult. It's basically just a long dash as old Aatrox are. It's just a fat AoE with a dash. So it's not really old Aatrox Q. It's just old Aatrox ult. I did say it's old Aatrox Q because it's unstoppable. Unstoppable by the way. Does anyone remember that meme? But anyways, that's all. He's so close. He has the potential to be old Aatrox. If they give him like a toggle W, just remove the pull. Who cares about that? Give him a long dash on his Q. Just have his AoE ult, just not an AoE. Like a dash. It just has like a fat AoE like old Aatrox, but no dash. Because then he's gonna have like 3 dashes in his kit, and we don't want that. We don't know. We don't want Ambessa 2.0 basically, or Ribbon 3.0 or whatever. But yeah, this champion looks fun. If he's a Juggernaut, he's gonna be unbalanced. If he's full damage like Fiora Tryndamere, he's gonna be a lot more balanced. Just because like an unkillable Juggernaut with a revive, that's kind of insane. Especially when he has a long pull. Like you can EW someone from like a screen away. So he's kind of like he kind of engages like fights like Aatrox. If someone's out of position, he can just EQ W someone full combo as like the current Aatrox. So he has that going. Like he's kind of weird. He looks like he's supposed to be a diver, but I don't know. Like it's like more like a disruptor. Like I mean, he is like he's engaged, but he's not like the diver type engage. I don't know. Like it's kind of weird. Like it's not the same like old Aatrox. Cause yeah, obviously he's missing that long dash in his kit, like old Aatrox. Uh, but anyways, I enjoyed making this video. Make sure to like. I don't know. Nobody's gonna react to this. I'm a nobody at Aatrox, even though I've been playing Aatrox since his release. Bro, I gotta lock in. Shoot. Yo. So I'm actually an OG Aatrox player. I've been playing Aatrox since his release. Not new Aatrox, the original Aatrox. So that's been season 3. I was literally in elementary. And there's so many people saying this new champion is old Aatrox. I keep seeing memes about it. I've been following the leaks, so I did see the Big Bad Bear leaks, the one like a month ago, where they leaked like the descriptions of the abilities. So I'm just here gonna react to the abilities, not the cinematic. I already seen the cinematic. That one's hype, but this thing. Holy crap, let's see how hyped this champion is, okay? Let's see this, let's see this. Wait, is my mic working? Also, like, I'm a bit sick. I got a bad cold, so who cares about that? Hopefully I don't cough. Zaahen's attacks and abilities. Okay, he gets stacks like old Aatrox. Oh, he gets bonus attack damage like old Aatrox. The mini rework though. Wait, chill. Let me read this real quick. Increase attack damage and revive. So copy and paste of old Aatrox without the attack speed. The mini rework version. So I mean, the mini rework gave attack damage based on his base AD plus attack speed. The original gave just a flat amount of attack speed based on how much fury he had, or blood if you want to be technical. So that's pretty sick. He revives. Does it make sense in this kit? I don't know. His Q? It's just Zinzao Q. Yo, this is going too fast. Calm down. Okay, he can recast it. Wait, so how does this freaking work? Does it just empower his next attack? Twice on his next attack. There, let me see this. And he recasts it. So is it exactly like Zinzao Q though? Or is it like he empowers 2 attacks, then he can recast it or something? Because I mean they could just copy paste it like what they did with Yone and Yasuo. I'll just assume that I don't want to think too deep about this. Okay! His W is a pull. Dude, that's gonna be hard to balance. That's gonna be really hard to balance. It looks like Blades of Torment. Hopium. Blades of Torment on old Aatrox, but pulls instead. I mean, with how... Yeah. Just another pull champ. Classic. His E just looks like Kane Q. But in the... I saw the League freaking whatever, the other one from League. So, looks kind of cool. It looks better than King Q. Yeah. That's pretty sick. So is R. He leaps into the air, unstoppable by the way. So Aatrox Q. Old Aatrox Q. But this is fat, bruh. So, looking at this, he's gonna be a diver like old Aatrox. But the only thing is, his long dash is in his ult. So he has a short dash, which is his E. Will it make him close to old Aatrox gameplay? I mean, it's closer than rework Aatrox, but it's not exactly. That is fat though, and I saw the Big Bad Bear leak. I think you can cast it pretty far. Like, he's standing right here. I think you can cast it like where my mouse is. Like, it goes pretty far. Like, where you can like dash. So this looks like old Aatrox Q, but without the knockup, which is not really the same. But it's like a big AoE dash, basically, with no CC. And it heals him. So that's pretty cool. He gets reduced damage, though. This is the thing. He's gonna get mini reworked for sure. Because this kit doesn't make sense, low-key. I'm gonna go on a rant, bruh. His ult should just be his... It should be a basic ability. They should just make it a... Yeah, make it a basic ability. Like what old Aatrox had. His Q. Just a long dash. Don't make it too overloaded. Just a long dash. So he can cling to enemies pretty quick. He has his short dash already. He doesn't have long range, so he can't just randomly poke you, basically. He has to all-in. He has to commit to the all-in. I can talk about old Aatrox problems, but basically, old Aatrox, he can just E-spam you to death. Or like, when you're like a certain threshold, then just all in you. And it's pretty brain dead gameplay. With this kind of kit, you can't do that. If you move his ult into a basic ability and have his E have like another dash. Just have 2 dashes. It's not too insane. A bunch of champions have like 4 dashes now. Ambessa. Delete that champ. Wait, Ambessa's like... Ambessa's just Ambessa, man. I still don't know what that champ does. But yeah, let's see this. The team fight. It's freaking slow, man. It's not like old Aatrox. It just... It's cope, bro. People saying this is old Aatrox is cope. Like, that's freaking slow, bro. You can't... Unless it scales with attack speed, that's gonna feel clunky with attack speed. This champ... They're gonna mini rework this. They need to go through more tests. I'm pretty sure. They might do the Nefiri thing where they move around the abilities, like change the ult into like a basic ability and then basically a basic ability into an ult. Because low-key, like, his W should not be a thing. It doesn't make sense with his kit too. I mean, it kind of does. It makes sense in this case because he only has 1 dash, like in his basic abilities. So he needs to like lock into his targets, and he doesn't have like a slow. He has a knockup from his Q. Am I getting too technical with this? It doesn't look like old Aatrox, but he does have the banner wings. The banner wings, man. Banner wings and revive. Old Aatrox. That is old Aatrox right there. But this is a lot closer to Aatrox than what Aatrox is today. Frick. I'm excited. I might main this champ because it looks like he is a diver, like old Aatrox for sure. But is he like an attack speed hybrid carry duelist like old Aatrox? Can he build like Rage Blade, Wit's End, like those kind of stuff, like Gnash's Tooth and Gunblade, like old Aatrox? Not mini rework, the OG one. I don't care about the mini rework. The mini rework was bad. Holy crap. Everyone, like, look at Aatrox patch notes. Look what they did to old Aatrox. They ruined him in the mini rework, then just giga buffed him. I have like a short on that. You should check that out. So, I don't know. It's like, can he scale with attack speed? Like this kit looks really fun if he scales with attack speed. If he doesn't, legit, all his abilities look so clunky if you get too much attack speed. Because like, your animations are just too slow compared to your basic attacks. If that's the case. But his ult looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, his ult looks cool. And you can cast it pretty far. You know what, I should have thought this through, man. I should have reacted to this first, right? I already watched this though. But like, you can't see like what the abilities are. And this is sick too. Might as well react to it again. Xin Zhao is dead. Is he actually? I thought it would be a temporary host, honestly. And then he gets like another body. But I read too much leaks, so that's pretty sick. Wait, gotta full screen this. I'm griefing myself. He looks like old Aatrox but blue. Like, and with more polygons. He has the banner wings and everything. No, even that pose. That was like old Aatrox's iconic pose in like art. I gotta find that art. That's sick. Oh, he attacks too slow. Unless they're not building items here. I just hate how he has mana. But they have to give him mana. We stole your revive. Alright, this is gonna be a longer video. We're gonna watch old Aatrox abilities. Spotlight. Is this still the most viewed champion spotlight? I remember this was the most viewed for the longest time. And there, I see like comments. Liking my own comments. Like, right here, he attacks way faster. So he's not like, no attack speed on Zaahen, man. It doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go bruiser. He's just a juggernaut. He's gonna be a generic juggernaut. But like, if you make a juggernaut have a revive, that is stupid. If they were like a squishy carry, it's easier to balance. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, you're gonna have an unkillable juggernaut plus a revive. That doesn't make sense. Like how top laners are usually designed, they usually have one part of their kit as like a defense. Like Jax has his counter strike basically. Tryndamere has his R, like he doesn't have any resistance except his R. Fior has parry. This champion, if he builds a like full juggernaut, like a Darius or something, or like a Garen, like, I mean, current Garen has like two different builds, like Garen or like Darius. Like, just imagine Darius with a revive now. That's what this champion is. So I don't know. It seems like it's a terrible design, but like it's gonna be fun for sure. But it's gonna be stupidly hard to balance. It's not gonna be as hard to balance compared to old like current Aatrox, because that Aatrox right now is just disgusting. Like, delete the champion. Like, just revert them back to the old Aatrox. It's healthier for the game. Like, legit. I don't know if people want to hear about my rant about that. But anyways, I think that's basically it for my reaction. That's basically it. I want to go through it again. But in conclusion, this champion is not old Aatrox. I don't know what you guys are smoking. He does have old Aatrox passive. That's it. But he's missing the attack speed part. Everything else is not old Aatrox. Old Aatrox had blood price and bloodthirst. Why is people talking about Aatrox Revive? Old Aatrox was based around his W. That was his main kit. Main part of his kit. What are people talking about? Aatrox is about his revive? Nobody cares about that revive. I mean, it was something cool, but like, his W was what made Aatrox Aatrox. That's why he was Aatrox. Auto attack Trox or whatever. Yeah. I don't know, like, what broke old Aatrox was the mini rework, because what I had said earlier, they made him into a juggernaut bruiser that can revive now. So he's unkillable, and now he has a revive. Old Aatrox built glass cannon, so he can build crit or like or build like Ravenous into like attack speed items. Or like lifesteal items. Like Ravenous Bork was like his ongoing build. Then there was like Ravenous PD, and then like Frozen Heart Rage Blade or Titanic Rage. I mean, Titanic Rage Blade was the mini rework, but he was a lot more squishier than the mini rework, and it was more healthy in his kit. This champion does not look healthy. It's gonna be like, he's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try him out. Let's see. Maybe he is old Aatrox. Maybe I'm judging too hard. Yeah, that's literally, his ultimate is literally old Aatrox Q, but a lot like bigger AoE without a knock up. You can say like old Aatrox Q and R. Anyways, that's my reaction. That's a pretty long reaction.